Beautiful. This should make things easier for everybody. Okay, so this was actually a game between me and Stockfish 18 that I'm going to show off today. Yes, that's a max level engine. So we start off with the 2 knights French. And knight f6, e5, knight f7, I'm just taking the center with d5. He tries to break it up with c5, and I throw in this move, bishop all the way out to g5. This is just asking, okay, does he want to block with the bishop and get everything traded off here and allow knight to b5, which would be devastating for him, because I can either come into d6 with check and force him to lose his castling rights, or if he does castle, I can just win his rook. It is trapped, as you can see.
Wow.
Couldn't he just move his
And so
queen
instead
back?
of that, what he does is he plays queen to b6, as he should. And so I take here, he takes back, and he's threatening my f2 pawn, so I defend it with queen to d2 like any rational person would. But he realizes he can sacrifice the bishop, because after I take, he gets this fork here. But I wouldn't show you this game if I just got destroyed all the time. So I sacrifice the rook, naturally. And the computer does not quite understand the idea of this yet. As you can see from the evaluation bar, it is actually minus 1.3 that it thinks. So after it takes the rook, and I play bishop b5, it starts to realize this I'm actually winning. It realizes that. You see that shift. You saw that. It goes from minus 2 to 0.8 at a move I play. And the reason for that shift is after he takes my rook, I'm down 2 rooks and I have a bishop for 2 pawns, right? So I'm down 9 points of material. This is equivalent to a queen. But the reason this is actually winning for me, is because I play queen c5 here. He takes on g2, and I play king c1. And he has to sacrifice the queen in order to stop checkmating. Because this knight is pinned. This knight is pinned by this bishop. He has nothing else he can do. The king is immobilized by these 2 pieces, the queen and the bishop. And there's nothing else he can do. He just has to sacrifice his queen. So I take back. He goes to c6. I take. He takes, and I take. And so then he goes to b8. Now, I'm still down a fair amount of material. So you might be wondering how I could possibly make progress in this position. Well, I noticed that this is pinned. And so I sacrifice the knight to clear up this space for the pawn to come forward. And so obviously he cannot actually take this, because if he does, I come over with the queen. He can't go here, because then there's stuff like this, and he cannot come to here because I get mate. And so he does not take. He goes to f6. And any normal human would play knight to f3. Anybody else would play knight f3. And that's a fairly good move, but queen to d6 is actually a lot better. And the reason for that is if takes, then you take back, he takes, and then you get this skewer that wins both the rooks. And we're getting somewhere with this. I promise you we're getting somewhere. This is not just a cool game. So he goes to b6, trying to kick my queen, and so I take the knight, naturally. I go here, and I take this pawn, and the reason for that is now if he takes me, then I get to skewer him here, and I win in back my rook. And even though material is equal, as we talked about earlier, relative value, this queen is going to be worth more than the bishop, rook, and pawn that he has against me. 9 does not equal, 5 plus 3 plus 1 does not equal 9 in this case. it equals 8.5. And so what the ancient actually plays here is rook to f8. And, it doesn't see that that's going to be an equal endgame. So I go to e4, he plays g6, I come into c5, and he goes to c8. Now, I push a4 here, and I am just trying to come in and attack this rook. Notice I am still down material. 2 points. I am down the exchange of the queen for 2 rooks, and I'm down a pawn. Why is this winning? It's because I have initiative. It's because these 2 pawns are going to come forward. These guys are inactive. You have no real chance of getting these all the way forward right now because I have too much going on elsewhere. So the computer plays rook f7 here. I come in with a4, and we get bishop b7. This is a concept known as danger levels. Basically, he is attacking... he's creating a greater threat than what I had threatened in order to deal with the threat. So I play queen to c4 here, and then he goes for rook to c6. And this is pinning my knight, and so I just routed into b4 to attack his bishop, and there's just not much I can do about it in a very beneficial way. So let's give an example, right? If the bishop is to move out to here per se, then we just get this fork, and I'm going to win the bishop. Or, actually, do we even win the bishop? Yeah, actually we do, because he can't even take this rook, because there's a fork. And so that's why he can't go to a8. And there's this, right? We just pin, do we pin? Oh, what was this? Hold on. What was this? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. What is this? I have to actually cheat a little. Oh, the queen e4. Duh. Right, it's a fork. It's shameful that I missed that, but oh god. Come on.
Are we sure that was a fork? Couldn't he have moved his king over, touching the rook?
No, the knight controls that. Let me just get back to that.
Gotcha.
I accidentally pressed the up arrow.
Wait, didn't you post this game as like a YouTube short?
I posted this game as a live stream. This was a 2-hour live stream where I played a bunch of lines in the French. And so, what he plays here after rook c to c7, which is the only way he has to adequately defend the bishop, I play queen to b5. And you'll notice something here. He cannot go here, because if he does, he's disconnecting this rook from this rook, which is defending this, and so I can just take here. He can't go here, because then I have a fork that picks up this rook. He can't go here, because I also have a fork that picks up this rook. And so the only thing he can do is lose his own rook. So I take, and he takes back. Now we're in an equal position, materially speaking. But remember, 1 plus 3 plus 5 does not equal 9. In chess, basic math does not always apply. So we get here, bishop e4, and I make this nice little pawn unchain in here. So let's go over why this is advantageous for me and not for black. So first of all, my pawns are advanced pretty far forward, especially this one. Whereas his are rather recessed. They are all the way at the start, basically, and Only one of them is passed. And this rook is pinned as well. The king is open. This bishop is not in a position to really attack anything. It is just a real ugly situation for the black pieces here. So, he tries to untangle with king to e7. And there is a chainsaw going in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So, I apologize if you just hear chainsaw noises the entire time, but still, because that is what I am hearing outside. But, so after king e7, we have c5, and I noticed someone has just joined us. Was that Esme? Yes, it was Esme. Okay, so you actually have to join the classroom on chess.com for this lesson.
Where's that?
Okay, so you have to... So there's a bar on the left, you go to train, and then you go to classroom. And then there should be an invite in your inbox there. Ryan was the reason that people were smart enough to do this. Okay, great. Thank you, Esme. All right, now we're going to continue, right? So here he plays king e6. And so he's just trying to come forward. And here we get a really beautiful idea. Queen c4, bishop comes back out, and now queen d2, and so he can't block with the bishop for obvious reasons. That just gets taken. He can sort of come out here, but this is going to be a little bit worse for him because I'm going to have other ideas here. I mean, I'm going here, I'm throwing a skewer. There is quite a lot in this can of worms he has just opened on himself. And so he goes back to f7. And I go to b5 here, and you'll notice something, right? So in this position, the bishop is here, and only moments earlier it was here. Right? And so the only thing that changes here is that the bishop is one tempo less active, after he plays king back to e6, by the way. And so this gives me the chance to come into b2. And so we get the same idea repeating for 17 moves here. Take a look at that. Just coming forward, going for all this. I don't want to spend all lesson on this game because we have a lot of endgame stuff to get to, but there's actually an idea here that I missed that I never managed to find in the game. So after oh, by the way, right, so when he finally stops repeating, we have rook to c7, and then queen b8, rook e7, and the queen supports the pawn, and it begins to march forward, and bishop e2, threatening to sacrifice the bishop for this pawn here to prevent promotion. If this is to come forward like I played in the game, and after here, I actually took here, and this was equal. And in the entirety of that 2-hour live stream that I talked about, I could not get anything more than a draw. But does anybody see the idea that I missed here?
Is it to push your king up one?
No.
No.
What I missed was queen to b7.
Oh.
I missed a fifth brilliant move. And the reason for queen b7 is that it pins the rook, and it creates a guard for the pawns. And so the bishop sacrifice does not work in this case because the pawn is one square less advanced. And so, if he is to do something else, then actually we have queen to b7 again. And that would have been 6 brilliance, but I didn't get that at all. As I said, the game ended in a draw. But And the reason we can't take this, I should say, is because we just take back on b7, and promotion is unstoppable. Look at that. And if he does nothing, then we can sacrifice the queen in here. Actually, no, we can't, because then he just comes in. But we just come in with c7, I think. Or, wait, no, we do sacrifice the queen. No, we come in with king, don't we? It's king. Yeah, it's king. Let's get that out. Yeah. Okay, I got it. All right. He can't do nothing because we will bring the king in, and eventually we will force him to take here. And we will be making new queen, and this is going to be winning because the bishop cannot do anything. It's on the wrong color. And we're going to be able to decimate the black position rather well and go into an endgame. But as we mentioned but this game was only really possible because we had the queen instead of the rooks. I mean, the queen wasn't exactly our biggest asset here. It was really these pawns. But the queen was a lot stronger than the rooks with the coordination of just the queen and pawns, because the rooks and bishop were unable to coordinate against it.